Tosto, absolute madness. Welcome to this explainer, guys. We're breaking down what is without a doubt the most epic, heart-stopping match of the 2026 World Cup so far. I mean, we're talking about a game that literally had everything. Argentina and Cabo Verde absolutely went to war in Miami, and while the underdogs simply refused to quit, they equalized not once, but twice against the reigning world champions, pushing them to the absolute limit in extra time before a seriously heartbreaking finale. So it really makes you wonder, are we looking at the greatest World Cup match ever? Seriously, think about it. We saw a record-breaking opener, two wildly dramatic equalizers, an extra-time stunner that honestly defied physics, and an agonizing own goal to decide the whole thing. For a full 120 minutes, the entire world was just holding its breath. Let's unpack exactly how this unforgettable roller coaster actually played out. Section 1. The Miami Miracle. Okay, let's dive right into this. We're starting our chronological breakdown in the 29th minute at Hard Rock Stadium. The humidity was insane, the tension was palpable, and a singular moment of brilliance was about to just rip this game wide open. It all starts deep in the midfield. Lisandro Martinez looks up and delivers a breathtaking 42.5-meter pass. Guys, this wasn't just a good ball, it was historic. This actually measured out as the longest assist by an Argentine player at the World Cup in the last 60 years. And amazingly enough, this pinpoint delivery marked Lisandro's first ever international assist. Talk about saving it for the big stage, right? And, well, you know who was on the receiving end of that historic pass? Lionel Messi. With just a sumptuously perfect touch and a clinical finish, Messi opened the scoring. But that goal meant a whole lot more than just a 1-0 lead. It brought him to a magical number, 20. Yep, with that strike, Messi became the first player ever, man or woman, to score 20 career World Cup goals, officially extending his all-time FIFA World Cup scoring record. Section 2. Cabo Verde strikes back. Now, if Argentina thought this game was over, they were dead wrong. Moving into the second half, the world champs really looked to put the game to bed. But Cabo Verde completely closed their defensive ranks and showed unbelievable grit. They dragged Argentina into an absolute dogfight, and De Roy Duarte shocked the stadium by leveling the score. But listen, the main reason Cabo Verde even stayed in this match was the man between the sticks. We've got to marvel at goalkeeper Vozinha. At 40 years old, the guy played the game of his life. He pulled off 8 incredible saves, which is a career best for him in any World Cup match, and that included a massive one-on-one denial against Messi right after Duarte's equalizer. To put that into perspective, he earned an 8.6 SofaScore rating. That is the highest rating achieved by any player on a losing team at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. He was a one-man wall. Section 3. Extra Time Madness. So, as regular time expires at 1-1, fatigue is obviously setting in, but the drama? Yeah, it was just getting started. Early in extra time, Argentina surges forward, and Lisandro Martinez steps up, blasting one past Vozinha to put Argentina ahead 2-1. But Cabo Verde, they simply would not die. In the 103rd minute, Sidny Cabral unleashed this stunning curler from an impossibly tight angle that gave Argentina absolutely zero chance. No joke, this was arguably the greatest individual goal of the entire 2026 tournament. At 2-2, it was just pure Miami madness. I mean, the Argentine players were standing there in absolute shock as the entire Cabo Verde bench stormed the field to celebrate. It was pure, unadulterated joy. In that exact moment, watching them celebrate that stunning 103rd minute equalizer, the whole world kind of fell in love with Cabo Verde's fighting spirit. They were out there doing the impossible. Section 4. The heartbreaking winner. But, as we all know, football can be a cruel, cruel game. And the fairy tale was ultimately cut short by a totally devastating sequence of bad luck for the ultimate underdogs, just 6 minutes into the second half of extra time. Let's walk through exactly how this 111th minute winner played out step by step. First, Messi delivers a dangerous and swinging corner kick. Second, Christian Romero rises highest in the box to flick a really powerful header toward the net. And then, the heartbreak. The ball deflects right off the arm of Cabo Verde defender Dini Borges and redirects into the back of his own net. It was actually ruled a Romero goal at first, but they eventually changed it to an own goal. And just like that, Argentina secured the 3-2 victory. Let's zoom out a bit and see how this all builds up chronologically. When you look at the timeline of events, you truly feel the whiplash of this 120-minute roller coaster. You've got the historic Messi opener at 29 minutes, the gritty Duarte equalizer in the second half, the Lisandro blast early in extra time, that unbelievable Cabral stunner at 103 minutes, and finally, the agonizing own goal at 111 minutes. 5 goals, constantly changes, just endless, unbelievable drama. Section 5, Legacy and What's Next. So, the dust has settled in Miami, but the historical impact of this match for both of these incredible squads is going to be talked about for decades. Let's actually look at what this means for both the underdogs and the victors. First off, we absolutely have to respect Cabo Verde's unbelievable fairy tale journey. I mean, look at this run. They drew 0-0 with football giant Spain. They drew 2-2 with Uruguay. They drew 0-0 with Saudi Arabia to qualify. Even in their 1-0 loss to Canada, they fought so incredibly hard. And then, the whole shebang, they take the reigning world champions Argentina to 2-2 in regular play. They cemented their status as the world's dream team. They never, ever gave up, and goalkeeper Vozinha and his squad definitely won the hearts of millions. Now, on the flip side, we have the relentless march of Lionel Messi. We already talked about his 20th career World Cup goal earlier, but I've got another crazy number for you to remember: 12. With his performance in this match, Messi now has 12 career goal contributions in the FIFA World Cup knockout stages. And why is that crucial? Because with that exact number, he officially passed legends Pelé and Kylian Mbappe for all-time knockout stage contributions. The records just keep on falling. And that extending record, it sets up an absolute blockbuster for the round of 16. It's going to be Argentina versus Egypt. Lionel Messi versus Mohamed Salah. This monumental clash is officially set for July 7th in Atlanta. We are literally talking about two of the greatest players on the planet sharing one stage with everything on the line. Getting a ticket to that match is honestly going to be genuinely priceless. But hey, before we look too far ahead, I want to leave you with this provocative thought. Was Cabo Verde the greatest underdog story of the 2026 World Cup? Just think about their grit, their spirit, and how they pushed the champions to the absolute brink. Let me know what you think. Make sure to like and subscribe to catch our next explainer, where we're going to be breaking down all the action from Colombia versus Ghana. Until then, thanks for joining me and keep loving the beautiful game.